y'all, I'm Brenda with Blessings and Bread. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making a delicious brown sugar buttercream. This is a delicious, light and fluffy buttercream that you can make. Doesn't use powdered sugar, uses brown sugar. So come along with me while I make this vintage recipe for some brown sugar buttercream. To begin with, we're going to take 1 cup of milk and 1/3 of a cup of flour. And I'm gonna whisk this flour into the milk. So I'm just gonna kind of gradually add that so I don't get lumps, and whisk that in till it's completely combined. I am gonna have to be careful. I don't want to whip the milk. I notice it's starting to get foamy, and I don't really want that to happen. So we're just trying to mix the flour and the milk together. All right, once that's mixed together, then I am going to turn on my heat to medium. So I want medium heat, and I'm going to whisk this or stir this with my whisk constantly until it kind of forms a thick paste. All right, mine has really become a pretty good thick paste. And as you can see, it's really thick. And I'm just gonna keep whisking here because I want it to be really smooth. I don't want any lumps in there. Once your paste is made, we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're gonna whisk that in. And then we're gonna let this set and cool till it gets to room temperature. My milk and flour mixture is now at room temperature, so now I can begin to finish the process of making this frosting. This frosting is an old-fashioned recipe. It is often called Ermine or cooked flour frosting, or maybe even boiled milk frosting. But it's something that you can use when you don't have powdered sugar, and it's a little bit lighter frosting, not quite so sweet. And that's one of the reasons I really like it. So let's get started, and we're gonna finish making this frosting. I will be using my stand mixer today because we will be doing a lot of whipping, but you can definitely make this with a hand mixer. I think I had some camera malfunction, so I'm not sure that I recorded that. But what I have done so far is I've put a cup of softened butter and 1 cup of brown sugar. And the recipe calls for dark brown sugar. I did not have dark brown sugar, so I've substituted light brown sugar. It'll just have a little different flavor using the light brown versus the dark brown, but it won't be a big difference. The texture will be the same. It's just that the dark brown sugar would have probably gave it a little more caramely or molasses type flavor to it. But I'm going to then whip this cream, butter and sugar together till it's not gritty at all, and try to get almost all the grit. So it'll take it a little while. We'll be whipping for quite a while. This has been whipping about probably 2 to 3 minutes, but I'm going to stop and just check for grittiness. Definitely the gritty, it's getting light and fluffy, and like I said, I'm just rubbing a little bit between my fingers, but I can still definitely feel grit. So we're going to keep whipping this some more. I hope that you can see that this is definitely getting very light and fluffy, and but it still does have grit in it when I test it between my fingers. So I'm gonna keep whipping it just a little bit longer. I've been whipping it a good 5 minutes, but there's still some grit. So I'm gonna do it just a little bit longer. It's definitely fluffy enough. We just need to get rid of a little more of that grit. All right, the butter is definitely light and fluffy. Still got a little bit of grit in it, but it's very, very fine. So I'm gonna go ahead now and add into this mixture the flour and milk paste that we made. And we're gonna add that into that now, and then we will continue to whip it till it's a nice and fluffy frosting. So we're gonna add that now. And then we will continue whipping. And this may take, again, several minutes to whip it until it's a nice and fluffy frosting. My frosting is finished. It's light and fluffy and just the right texture. I'm going to use this large cup to help me fill my popping bag. And I'm putting this in a popping bag today because I'm going to use this to frost some cupcakes. But you can definitely use this frosting on just a regular cake. This traditionally, an Ermine frosting was used on a red velvet cake. And so this is really a delicious frosting to put on a red velvet cake. But today they're going on some banana cupcakes that are going to be delicious as well. And I'll have that video also. If you want to see that video on my banana cupcakes, you can check that out also on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed or you're not a member, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel, become part of my channel. I'm trying to do, this is my second year, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. All right, now I fill this up. I'm trying to get some of the air pockets out so that I don't have air pockets when I start to frost. But now that my frosting's in the bag, we can definitely frost us some delicious cupcakes. So I'm going to use my frosting now to frost one of my delicious banana cupcakes. And this is just delicious on these cupcakes. It's the perfect frosting for them. Just do one more. Just a little bit of frosting. If you're tired of just your regular buttercream frostings, this definitely is a nice change. It's light and it's fluffy and it is delicious, full of butter and sweetness, and the brown sugar really gives it a delicious flavor. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. I definitely have enjoyed making these cupcakes and this brown sugar buttercream frosting, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. This frosting is so light and fluffy. It's like whipped cream, but it's got a unique flavor from that brown sugar, and it goes perfect with these banana cupcakes. That's delicious. It goes perfect with these banana cupcakes, but it would also be delicious on chocolate cupcakes, a chocolate cake. This is a very traditional vintage recipe. It used to be called cooked flour frosting, or it might have been called boiled milk frosting, and then sometimes it's called Ermine. And I believe I'm pronouncing that right. It's E-R-M-I-N-E. Mine is made with brown sugar, but you can also make it with a white sugar. That's how it would traditionally have been made. So this is just a little tweak to that, but it sure does give it a unique flavor. And I hope that you've enjoyed this recipe. I hope you'll try this frosting. And I will see you the next time I'm in my kitchen, on my porch, or in my garden.